what a great pleasure it is to welcome Axiz and talking about Aruba. We are now joined by Traci Maynard, who is the Business Unit Manager at Axiz, the small business SMB department. Now, heading up the Aruba wired and wireless solutions for a competitive edge. Now, this is very interesting because in November 2015, Hewlett-Packard Enterprise, HPE, acquired Aruba Networks. Now, Aruba is a HPE enterprise company and is the global leader in secure, intelligent edge-to-cloud networking solutions that use AI to automate the network while harnessing data to drive really powerful business outcomes and insights. So it's a great pleasure to welcome you, Traci. How are you doing, firstly?
Thanks, Aki. It's all good. We're back at our offices. And I'm talking to you today from the Axiz boardroom. I'm excited to be able to share a different view. I've been at home for some time, and so it's great to present to you from the Axiz offices.
Wow, that's fantastic. I mean, it's been, 18 months, I think, almost, that you've been away from the office. And it's interesting just talking to people returning back to the office. Does it feel kind of weird being back at the office?
Well, it's good to have human interaction, right? And it seems bizarre that even with your colleagues, you almost seem to want to connect in a physical way, which sounds odd, but we are an operations-driven business as well, being in distribution, and to engage with each other from a sales and product perspective, we certainly see the benefit of having people in the same location and being able to go up to each other and ask, where are we with this deal? How do we engage better? And so for us as a business, having contact with our colleagues and having us all in the same place certainly drives a very good and positive sales outcome.
Well, that's awesome, Traci, and good luck being back at work. I'm sure it's like going back to school, first day back at school. I mean, when you look at the environment that we're in and what Axiz is doing and with HPE and Aruba, I mean, what are the key factors in the long-standing partnership that you have between Axiz and HPE?
Well, one of the things I get asked a lot, Aki, is, HPE is an enterprise company. And some of our smaller partners are saying, but what does an enterprise company know about SMB? How do they make their offers affordable and attractive? And one of the really radical and exciting product offerings from Aruba is exactly a technology segment called Aruba Instant-On. And Aruba Instant-On is really designed for small businesses in mind. It's designed for tech startups, it's designed for small boutique clothing stores, and even for hotels or gourmet cafes. So what we've really found with Aruba Instant-On is we've been able to touch an SMB market that perhaps didn't really see HPE as being a small business offering.
Okay.
And it's been exciting for us that wireless has been that engagement point for us, because we all know that small businesses need to be connected to the internet. And one of the questions we get asked a lot is, how do I get affordable internet connections and technology?
All right, that makes perfect sense. But the question is, can an enterprise company like HPE, for example, the heritage that they have, can they offer the small guys and those small business solutions that are attractive and affordable?
Well, Aruba Instant-On is designed specifically for small business. And what's exciting about Aruba Instant-On technology is it's actually comprehensive enough from a network solution, as well as being able to have a really non-technical IT person set it up. I think that's always a challenge is, if it's not easy to set up and it's not easy to work, how are my customers going to even connect? So we're really proud to be associated with Aruba. Aruba Instant-On delivers technology solutions that are affordable. It also includes access points and switches. And the nice thing about that is it can be set up and installed relatively quickly. They've got solutions for indoor, for outdoor, and practically every environment that an industry or a sector might be looking for connections to the internet.
All right, so there's a lot of flexibility that I'm hearing about and a lot of affordable solutions that are available. So then, tell me about the Aruba offering by HPE. I mean, what is it and how does that work?
Well, it's a really cool setup. I think one of the nice things as well is it also offers a mobile app. And I always think to myself, if I'm a business user and I'm running around doing other stuff, the last thing I want to have time for is IT, because we know it's always a hard one. And if you have limited IT staff, who are you going to ask for support? So the mobile instant app is an option in terms of monitoring and managing your setup. If you have an Android or an iOS device, you can really have it in the palm of your hand. And that's an exciting option for a small business owner that doesn't really want to invest in expensive IT people. So that's the one super cool part. The other super cool part about Aruba Instant-On is, what about people who run their own business from home, or like we started our session saying, is they're working from home? I think what's amazing about always-on users is that you want to have fast connections. You don't want to miss an important call. You also don't want to have your quality of your video call look somewhat pixelated and somewhat dropping off. And I think there's probably other things around that. But what's really nice about Aruba Instant-On is it's really an easy and reliable way to connect to the internet and have really good Wi-Fi and video calls.
Yeah, and we know how important that is because, I mean, you may be back at work today, but the reality is that most people, well, not most, I don't know the exact number, but I would say many people, I know all the banks, for example, they're still not back at the office. And I think that it's really key that you maintain that professionalism when you're doing that online remote working stuff, that you don't have a pixelated video and that the data network is managed in a proper manner. So when you look at those key features that Aruba Instant-On is offering in their portfolio, what would you say those key features are?
Well, I can summarize it up really simply. I think the best way for the Instant-On access points and the 4 key features about that is how consistent and fast those connections are with business-grade technology. So that's really important. The second one is there's better video conferencing calls because you can prioritize apps like Zoom or Teams. The third one is the Wi-Fi coverage is all over the house or in the area that you designate. And of course, security. I think that's one of the most important things, is how secure is your network connection.
Yeah, I mean, that security thing is actually quite scary when you look at what's happening out there. To be able to secure it, and you don't know what everybody else is doing in the house, right? And you need your specific work enterprise grade stuff done properly. So you're saying that you can actually you can actually dedicate specific traffic to the virtual calls that you're making, either be Teams or Zoom, for example. So if other people are watching videos and doing other stuff, you will have a set amount of bandwidth dedicated to what you're doing.
Yeah, so it's called a priority app, and it's a really nice feature to have set up. And I know I have a millennial daughter, and I can tell you, if she can't connect to any Wi-Fi network, she just automatically dismisses the company and the experience. So if you can't instantly connect customers, and I think of patrons at a hotel, for example, if you can't connect to the Wi-Fi, you're going to lose a lot of people, and you're going to have customers kind of losing interest. So the rationale behind having Aruba Instant-On access points is not only can you prioritize those video calls, but you can certainly make sure that they have a consistent fast connectivity. And I think what's amazing about how those products are set up is you can set it up as a user, and it's really that easy to do.
No, I think that's absolutely brilliant. Now, Axiz has been around for a long time. I mean, you guys are I would say veterans in the ICT sector and in the IT sector in South Africa. You've been around, you've seen a lot, you've been through incredible, clients that you have developed into enormous companies. I mean, Axiz is really one of those organizations that's been around for a long time. You know what your customers want. What is it that sets you apart from your competitors? Because, the space has become a lot more competitive, let's be honest.
Sure. I mean, I think one of the real things we're proud of is we've been around for 30 years. And in that time, we've learned a lot about technology. We've learned a lot about the channel. And one thing we've certainly tried to do is offer, world-class leading technology, of which Aruba is one. And I think what's very exciting about Aruba is they give you an opportunity as a distributor to really work with them and help deploy some really good innovative solutions, working with them and the end customer. And that's been a good sign of the partnership we have with Aruba. In terms of Axiz, we really have summarized 3 real reasons for you. There's probably more, but I thought to keep this short. One of the first things to do is we can help our partners become Aruba certified. So there's certainly benefits for a partner or a reseller in South Africa to be Aruba certified. And we have dedicated resources that can help them become Aruba certified. What do you get if you are Aruba certified? Is there certain benefits and there's certain partner programs that you can participate in, which leverages you as a reseller against your competitors. So that's the one thing. The second thing is we provide Aruba expertise. We have a certified pre-sales team. That pre-sales team is certified in all of the Aruba mobility and Wi-Fi expertise that you need. And that's a super exciting part of the Aruba technology. And instead of our partners having to invest in those skills, we use our staff and we encourage our partners to work with our certified pre-sales team. So that's the second one. The third one, of course, is how we help a smaller and mid-market partner with technology services. I think one of the things that's definitely come out of the channel is partners are finding it very expensive, and it's a very tall commitment for them to invest in technology skills. We've created a services and technologies business, and what we've done is we've allowed our partners to make use of our people and our services on their behalf so they can free up that precious cash flow to drive their business forward.
Traci, that's great that you guys assist those businesses with that cash flow, because we know how critical it is as the economy starts getting back on track. I mean, one of the key issues, and I know that you guys did really well, you did touch on it, but support is also very important, isn't it? When you need to speak to somebody to sort out an issue, support is critical.
So that's right, Aki, and we've got a lot of feedback from our partners in terms of the help that they need. There are a couple of areas we have a range of services falling under our technologies services business, and that's really giving partners the ability to take advantage of our expertise and our strong vendor relationships to help them deploy a solution. There was some resistance when we kicked this off about 2 years ago, and what we found over time is partners are seeing us as an organization that wants to help them grow their business and certainly not take business away. It's been a long journey, and what's super encouraging to see is those partners that have really landed a really nice deal, and we've been part of the process, and that's really part of the loyalty and the comfort we have working with some really key partners and some really new deals and some opportunities for them.
Fantastic. Traci Maynard, always good chatting to you. Traci is the Business Unit Manager at Axiz, small business, and we've been talking about the relationship with Aruba and those solutions that you have for those small and medium-sized businesses, which are really, really critical. Traci, thank you so much for your insights, and good luck and enjoy the rest of the time back at the office.
Thanks, Aki. Look after yourself.
Take care. Bye-bye.